two solar systems that come in here and one that goes into the guest house in the back. You've got a breaker here for one solar system, breaker here for another solar system, and all these are isolated and all these are isolated.
So after the interconnection agreement submitted?
November of 2010. So
when was it assigned?
That's in my office, March 23rd.
And when was the contract signed?
November 30th.
Okay. So there's some truth to what you're saying. It really doesn't change the requirements, though. You're at a level now where you would like something different in terms of the response that we have for you. Right now, we're not permitted to give you any difference in the requirements.
Okay, so you had the paper for 6 months, and now we're standing here.
It's hard on my end to try to find out. All I know that the job comes in, gets sent to me.
And it didn't show up until March 23rd.
Yeah, this is our stamp that we get from our receptionist that shows when it was actually received.
March 23rd, right there.
Mm-hmm. And so you clearly see that. I mean, a bunch of my contracts take a while just to get over. I'm not sure exactly what goes on. Can't blame nobody because I don't know what they do.
He needs to get the paperwork within a couple of days, not 3 months. Because he didn't get it for 3 months, and then I didn't hear from him for a while. And he's a good man; he's doing his job. But I can't do my business. These guys wanted the system installed last year so they could take the tax credit.
Right, and it's already passed.
Right. So we installed it last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there's economic motivations. The only way this industry is going to survive, the only way we're going to survive on this planet is if we work together and move things along. Well,
I think one of the things that you might want to consider in the future is when it comes to installing stuff, if we haven't given you approval, you shouldn't be building it. You know what? Be waiting. And I understand that may mean that you lose customers or you lose interest, whatever the result of it might be. But if you're going to build something, then you got to be prepared for us to maybe not approve it the way it was proposed.
What you're suggesting is for me to stop my business.
I'm not telling you to stop your business. All I'm saying is that the prudent thing would be to have waited until you get an approval.
It's against the law for LADWP to prevent commerce from taking place.
We're not preventing you. We're just saying that you need to get our approval before you start a job.
You just suggested
or at least be responsible for any changes that might be required.
You just suggested something that was illegal.
You shouldn't start the job until you've gotten approval from the Department of Water and Power.
And if you prevent me from doing my work for 6 months, then that's against the law.
We haven't prevented it. All we did was not respond to your request because it took that long to go through that process.
Under this situation, it really didn't make sense. And if I don't hear from you for 3 months and the client wants this thing installed, and I get through building and safety, and the solar department's already signed off on this, I mean, there's so many disconnects in the system that nothing's getting, I mean, there's too many departments.
I wish we could tell you we could improve our processes so that we could streamline it and make it quicker. We're getting changes being proposed by contractors all the time. And some of them we can grant because they're within the requirements, and others are so far out that we're in a gray area. We don't know really where to go. I don't know where we're going because we're not always talking to each other as to where we are. And I'm at a level where they said, you're like the traffic officer. Somebody's going over the speed limit, you give them a ticket. When you look at a company as big as ours, you would think that we would be somehow intertied together and we would know what everybody was doing. But it doesn't quite work that way. Unfortunately, it's hard for you to track where we are in that process because it goes through so many groups of people's hands. But we just don't have enough people. There's only 4 of us in the whole city that do solar. And you're looking at 2 of them. The more people that say there's a problem, the more likely it might get fixed.